It's time for Who Wrote That Comment? It's CJCK Killer 12. Update 7.5 has finally come out, and it's time for us to make our new and improved tier list. This is all based on what I think. I know a lot of people have different things to say, so let me know what you think about the tier list down below. But this is basically for... I don't want to say it's an end game tier list, because if early game you want to get these units that I'm going to mention on this tier list. It's just that some of these units are better than others, but I say this every single time I make a tier list. If you have any mythical unit, it is better than not having a mythical unit. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and start off with this tier list. I want to start this tier list off backwards. So we're going to go and start with the newer units first. First starter, Dark Asta is like the heaviest hitter in the game without any buffs like Luck has. So Asta is a must-bring physical unit. I'm honestly thinking of doing something like this. Instead of very good, I want to change this to must bring magic, and it's going to be red like this. And then this one is going to be must bring physical, and it's going to be red like that. So must bring magic, must bring physical. Those are the best units. So I'm actually changing the tier list just a little bit because the meta has changed, guys. There's a new way to play the game, and it's with physical and magic for the newer mats. Now, every map below the newest Black Clover map doesn't matter. Valkyrie Armor Noelle is actually a must-bring magic unit, surprisingly enough. She is one of the strongest magic users in the game. She does multi-hit, and you can place a total of 5 of her. So multi-hit, she will obliterate the shields, and if you get her relic for her, she becomes really OP. Lucky is a must-bring physical unit as well. I made a video comparing Luck and Asta. They are both interchangeable in their first place right here. But I am going to go ahead and leave Asta at my first, because at level, like the first placement before upgrading, Asta's doing like 5,000 plus damage for me, while Luck only does 2,000 something. So like on placement, Asta's going to be a lot stronger. But if you're doing like an infinite run, for example, Luck will be better than Asta, but on a quick map, like a quick story mode map, I'd prefer to bring Asta over Luck. So, also Asta does multi-hit, so I like that a lot better than Luck single hit. Next, we have Yuno Spirit, which is the #1 must-bring magic unit from this update, other than King Julius, which we'll get to in just a moment. But he is the best air hitter in the game, like in terms of he's as good as Erza, and he's as good as like Perona. So those 3 units are amazing, but Yuno is a must-bring magic unit that everyone must have on their team for this update. I knew that they were going to release a new magic unit, or a new air unit, and look at that. They released a new air unit, and Yuno is that guy. He also has his relic, which makes him absurdly broken, so Yuno is a must-bring unit. Captain Yummy. God, I called him Yummy. Ew, what am I doing? Here, I'm gonna change this to good. Please stop doing that. Please stop doing it. Just let me change my tier list like the way I want it to. Okay, so this is actually gonna be our good tier right here. And then this tier right here is gonna be, whoops. Stop. Just work with me. Okay, what's going on? And this one's gonna come down. Okay, and then this tier here is very good. It's just that I wanted to make an extra little tier here. So very good. Boom. All right, there we go. I'm changing this tier list a lot, but Captain Yami he does a lot of damage, but he's not a must-bring unit for your team, so he's very good. You're gonna want to have him. King Julius is a must-bring magic unit. He is literally Lelouch, okay, but easier to get, and the time, although it's a minute and a half, his damage is absurd. So Lelouch is still on a must-bring tier list, but Julius is absurd. He does 140,000 damage at his max upgrade, and you can only have one of him. So if you got on unique on that unit, that King Julius is doing, what is that, 500, 600,000 damage by himself. You're not bringing Julius to do damage per se, but if you're lucky enough to get unique on your King Julius, you have one of the best, if not the best, infinite unit on the team right there, and everybody's going to want to bring you along with them because he does the rewind of time, which means he sends enemies back, and then he does a ton of damage. Now, I've noticed King Julius's rewind hasn't worked on any bosses that I worked. I don't know if maybe it's just the specific bosses that I've tried, but I know Lulu's works on the boss, so maybe that's why Lulu's still better than Julius in a sense, but damage-wise, rewind-wise, Julius is still really good. Next unit we have are the Halloween units. Actually, to Tengen real quick. Tengen is a good damage unit. We'll put him on the very good, actually, just because he does a lot more damage than a lot of other units in this tier list. No, he doesn't have an evolution. He's staying at good. All right, Perona, must bring magic unit if you have her. She does slow. She is insanely OP to air units, and you can place a total of 5 of her. So if you spread her out a little bit throughout the map, she'll slow down a lot of units, giving you a lot of time to actually complete the map, and is very useful for your infinite runs. Moryu, Shadow Lord, is actually one of the highest DPS when it comes to, I think he's actually magic when I think about it. So he's got a lot of damage, but he's not a must bring unit, but he's still a very good unit. Same thing goes with Brook. I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, but he buffs and everything, but Brook's like, I don't know, if you're bringing him for damage, I guess. I think he's a physical unit too. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's a very good unit string. We're gonna go ahead and put him in must string just because he's newer still and he's a lot better than a lot of these other units. But his buff is the only reason he's going on that list. If he didn't give you the damage buff and like the SPA buff, he'd be a very good unit. But because he buffs, he's very good. Wendy is a must bring magic unit. She gives 30% bonus magic damage to your unit. It's basically the same thing as our Erwin, who is our must bring physical unit legendary as well. We have a duplicate here. Actually, I'd put Yuno and Sukuna on this list, but Sukuna is a must bring physical unit. He does a lot of bleed, he does a lot of damage, and he gets the job done. Gojo is still the #1 unit in the game with his limitless ability. If you get him to limitless like 4 and stuff, your Gojo is insane. He's doing like 300,000 damage, plus his buff, plus buffing him with like Brook, and buffing him with the Erwin, plus giving him the timepiece. He can do a ton of damage. That's where Gojo's gonna go. #1 unit in the game. Kent is still a must-bring physical unit. Okay, we're just gonna leave that at that. Yuta, a must-bring magic unit. I'm gonna put him, you're gonna hate me for this, but I'm actually gonna put him behind Noel, only because of his cost to upgrade and his SPA. So that's the only reason why I'm putting him behind Noel, but he's still a must bring unit. So if you have him, he's very good. This one right here is like one of the units I've been kind of sleeping on. I have unique on him, which is kind of bad, but he gives you like an extra 25% magic damage for your team, so he's a must-bring magic user as well. He's basically a Blackbeard, who's a good unit, but better, and in so many other ways. Whitebeard is a very good unit for infinite runs. Other than that, not that amazing. They buffed Uryu, and his SPA is like 3 seconds, doing 13,000 damage. He does 39,000 damage every 10 seconds, guys. It's not that bad, and you can place 5 of him, but his damage isn't that amazing. I'd still say he's better than good just because he's an air hitter. Any air hitter automatically is like one of the best units in the game because ground units can't hit them. You know, it's as simple as that. King Naram must bring physical unit. I'm actually gonna put him right there above all these other guys. He is an air hitter as well, and he's hybrid, so you can place him wherever you want. Very, very strong. He's kind of fallen off, honestly. Yeah. Tatara, I really don't play with him. Doesn't really matter. Same thing with Coyote. He's kind of fallen off, but I'm gonna put him a little bit higher up just because of his base like placement. I think he does what, 2,000 something damage off spawn, so still a good unit. Shanks is not so good anymore. His like stun isn't that amazing anymore. So they need to either do something about Shanks, or Shanks has really fallen off. Same thing with Rengoku. Rengoku, we had to put so much work to get him, then he's like no longer any good. Pito is the second best lead unit. It's just that Sukuna's a little bit better than Pito, so that's why Sukuna is up there. But like, ideally, honestly, if you have Sukuna or Pito, you're doing great. But we're gonna put Pito at the very good, like right there. Let's adjust this list. There we go, just like that. We have King Netero, well. Netero, he's a good unit, but I wouldn't go for him. Natsu, very good unit. Burn damage, fire, magic damage, you want him. Same thing goes with Mochi. He's a slow unit, so you're gonna want him. They actually buffed Madara, so he's a very good unit. The only thing is his SPA is still really bad. It's like 13 seconds, I think. So although he does 70,000 damage, there's 3 units doing 70,000 damage every 13 seconds. His damage really isn't that amazing. He does do burn, but he is better than he was. Like, that's a good buff that they did. Madara was a good buff. Lucy, I really like my Lucy because she's unique, but a lot of you don't like Lucy. And I understand why now. She's fallen off. Like, even though it's only been like 2 or 3 updates, she's already fallen off. Same thing with Levi, he's just good. He is an air hitter though, but he's not the best air hitter. Like, ideally, he does the most damage. Like, he's a good boss killer, but unless you're doing infinite runs, you really don't need him on your team. Next thing, we got Kite, he's just good. We got Kisuke here. Do I have Kisuke on here twice? I do have Kisuke on here twice. Kisuke, you guys are really gonna hate me for this, but unless you're doing infinite runs, Kisuke isn't amazing right now. So that's where we're gonna leave him. We're gonna leave him at the top of very good. But if you're doing an infinite run, for example, you're gonna want to bring Kisuke, okay? Killua, he's really fallen off, I'm not gonna lie. His stun is okay, but he's fallen off. Juzo is the worst lead unit now, so we're like, if we're making tiers, the best, the second best would be Pito, and the third would be Juzo. Jilal, I think he's a magic unit. You must bring him if you have air. If you don't have an air unit, he's a really good air unit to have. But you can't get him anymore, so because of that, I'm gonna put Yuno above him. I don't even know why I have Ichigo on here. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave him down here because he's really, I don't even know why I have him. Gray, I really liked Gray. He does stun, he hits air units, and you can place him on the ground. And we're gonna put him above Uryu. That's it. The only reason he's above Uryu and he's not very good and he's not just good is because he hits air units, he does a lot of damage, and he stuns. So very good unit to have in general. Gon, very good unit to have. Definitely want a Gon, huge range, good amount of damage for infinite per se. But I definitely wouldn't like get a Gon. If you have all these other options to go for, I wouldn't go for Gon, if that makes any sense. Huge damage on Guild Darts. Breaks all shields, very good. I think he's a magic user as well. Don't quote me on that. I haven't used him on my team because, like I said, Yuno can break shields, Asta can break shields, like attacking a lot. Noelle can break shields, but still a very good unit to get. Geto Maximum is a magic user. He is up there. He really is up there. Like, I want to put him right there. A very good unit, but you can no longer obtain him, so that's where he's gonna go. I'm also going to put my Erza Lightning up there as well on the must-bring magic users. Erza Trueheart, I believe, is physical, but she's a very good physical, along with Erza Valkyrie, so they're going to go right there. Aaron Founder, he's a very good unit, but only for infinite runs, so just because of that, I'm going to put him on very good. If not, I would bring him on a must-bring, but if you don't have him and you don't have like unique on him, he's really not a must-bring unit. Eto, good luck. Diavolo's not so good still. Perfect Cell, another unit that you're gonna want. So these are like our units right here for air. Here, let me go ahead and do it like, no, I really like Yuno above Julius though. There's our air hitters, 1, 2, 3, 4, our 4 top air hitters. If you have any of those 4, you guys are doing really well. I also have King Netero though, which is the only physical air hitter other than Uryu. So definitely go for King Netero, very good unit. Bulma is, of course, she's actually physical, if you guys didn't know that, which is kind of funny. They buffed Broly a little bit, but he's still not that good. Don't summon unless you like this unit still. I know they buffed him. Here, I'm gonna put him on good luck. I know they buffed him. He does a lot more damage now, but no, there's so many better units than Armin in the game. Arima, he's fallen off. Yeah, that's where he's gonna go. All Might, his pushback is the only reason why I'm gonna put him at number 1 on the good tier list here. Akaza, yeah, you don't even have to summon him, so he's like not so good. Akainu, he's good, but really not that good anymore. And then Aizen's really only good for infinite runs, so I'm gonna put him at the good luck tier. Now, these units down here are all legendaries. Don't summon for this one. I don't even know why he's on my list here. Juvie has a good amount of damage, actually, so we're gonna put her at good. Really, she does a lot of damage. Same thing with Kisuke. He does a good amount of damage. He also slows. Rukia has like a stun freeze. Pain can push back, but I'm gonna actually put him in good luck. He has a small stun. Dio is like a good legendary unit to have per usual. And then we have Toga that does a good amount of damage as well. But this is my current update 7.5 tier list. The easiest way to look at this tier list is to look at the top 2 rows. If you have 6 units from the top 2 must-bring physical, must-bring magic units, you are doing very good. But let's say Toad. We have Uryu, Arima, and Madara on the banner, right? Should I summon for that? The answer to that question actually is no. You should not summon for that banner. I would wait until one of these other units up top are up there. Let's say you have a banner where Yuno, and then Killua, and let's say Ulquiorra on the banner. Should you summon for that? Yes, especially if Yuno is the main unit on the 2x mythical luck thing. I 100% would summon for that because Yuno is one of the best, if not the best, new air unit in the game in terms of damage, in terms of usability, and with his relic, he honestly is the best in my opinion. Hey, Gojo's in the shop. Should I go for him? You can still evolve Gojo, so 100% yes. His time stop when evolved makes your team so much better. Gojo does so much damage, and he is the best unit in the game. If you don't have Gojo, you need to start working on getting Gojo. Now, the hardest thing about Gojo is getting his limitless eyes, so good luck on that. I'm being completely serious. It's so difficult to get Gojo's eyes. Toad, Asta's in the shop, but then we have Aizen and Armin. Should I summon? Yes, because Asta's a good unit. I hope you guys like this tier list. Do let me know what you would change about it. Like I said, very good units are not bad units to have, okay? It's just that there are options that are still a little bit better than them. But yeah, I'm gonna end it here. If you did like the video, please make sure to hit that like button, you subscribe, turn notifications on, and hopefully there's an update coming out this Saturday or Sunday. That's it. Happy early Thanksgiving. I'll see you later. Reese's Pieces. Bye!